Welcome to We Have Issues. I'm Anthony.
And I am Stevie Wildcard.
Every week, Stevie Wildcard and I get together and we do our best to overcome the various issues and obstacles that life throws away in order to get something done. Most recently, we've been working on a supernatural superhero culty comedy comic called Deathless.
Ooh,
Steven, I'm nailing it now. Look at us.
nailed it. It's always towards the end. It's
Yeah.
always towards the end of pitching it.
Like, seriously, how does that? So, if you're out there right now and you're working on a book and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know how to explain this. Yeah, neither do we for 208 episodes. And then finally, one day I was like, I freaking nailed this. And like, yeah, it all came together. But for those of you joining us for the first time, welcome. Thank you for being a part of this. If you haven't subscribed, please do. It really does help us. Comment something below for the algorithm, and it really does help us. But every week, we've been getting together trying to share our progress and process with the world in order while we're making comics. We also talk, Steven, we have weird lives. I've realized you and I have like cartoonishly weird lives. Like, how is this a thing? How is this possible? So not only do we talk about like our comics and all that stuff, we talk about things that happen. Steven, you give people like a little taste. Don't tell them, don't spoil the whole thing. Give them like let people know like what happened to you this week that we're definitely going to be talking about in a minute.
Ooh, what would spoil it though? Let's just say an unexpected guest.
Okay, so Steven has an unexpected guest, and I'm going to give you a hint. It's his penis. So yeah, so Steven, your story blew my mind this week. It was my favorite habit. And like it's when stuff like this happens, you're like, oh yeah, there's no like what do you do? Let's just tell that story and then call it a day, right?
Yeah.
But then I had a week where like I made a mistake, Steven. I had made a mistake, and I'm going to talk about it because it was ridiculous. It was a very silly story. And also, Steven, I was offered to buy a homunculus online, Steven. I talked to a scammer this week, and they tried to sell a homunculus, and
that's amazing.
Yeah, so I'm excited to read that conversation for everyone. So stay tuned for that. But first, the first thing we're going to do, get out of the way, is business up front. Steven, how did you do this week?
Slayed it. 2 finished pages, and then the roughs for 2 more pages because I actually roughed the final splash page too.
Yeah, dude.
I just skipped ahead because I was inspired to draw like the perspective on that or whatever, or that. So I actually I finished 2 entire pages and then roughed 2 more. So
they look so good. So
crazy good week.
For those of you out there, we're working on issue 3 of our book Deathless, and it's going really well. This is, one of the, I mean, especially Steve, I feel like you're hitting your stride toward the tail end of this book. Not only have you been working like crazy on this, these last few pages, but you've also completed a couple of pages for our other project,
and that's like that. A lot of that like drive is like, first off, Kickstarter. Second off, like Bloodlust. I only have so much time to get all those pages done, so I need to like drill through Deathless to drill into Bloodlust, and we all want to drill into Bloodlust. So.
That's right. So you can check the links below. I'll post all of our books and stuff. I got a bunch of coloring done, Steven. I did realize that you have some. Now, here's the thing. You've been working like mad. You've been running through these pages, and I've noticed that there are these little inconsistencies in some of the pages. And I'm like, Steven,
like boob nets. So when I went to draw boob nets one time, I was like, I could go check, but I'm pretty sure she doesn't have it. I'm pretty sure it's Mary that has like that netted shirt underneath, and then but with M, she has the netted pantyhose, the green turquoise pantyhose.
Yeah,
it's the opposite. In fact, I think on one of the pages I super drew some pantyhose that I didn't have to because M just has like stockings. I never like actually did like a lot of fine lines for hers. Yep. I always did the fine line panty or the fishnets for Mary, but not M. But anyways, so yeah, I gotta draw some boob nets.
So I drew some boob nets this week, Steven. I'm gonna call that a win, okay? I spent time just perfecting my boob nets. No, but I got that, and I got most of that page. I'm almost done with it. I have like a few things. That page is like surprisingly detailed. Like
which page is it?
Start like page 1. I'm just like going.
Yeah. Because there's a lot of stuff going on there.
There's so many planets and all these various things, and they all have a specific color that they have to be. So I'm sitting there, okay, I guess this is a thing, But dude, it's almost done. And then once I get past this space stuff, then I get into like the really like the fun and easy stuff to color, where I'm just like, it's more just like time consuming than anything else. And this week I'm gonna have a lot of time, so that's like, I'm really excited for the next 3 days off.
I freaking drew the shit out of that monkey bars page, huh?
Dude, that monkey bars page.
There's so much like dynamics going on with such a simple action, but yeah.
Yes. I love it. I love what you're doing with this. Like I love issue 3 so much, Steven. It's just it's been my favorite thing to like watch this thing come together. I can't wait for it to get finished so we can get the Kickstarter out there because I know there are people waiting and like it's cool. It's cool that people are like, hey, when's the next one coming out? And like freaking soon. But dude, aside from working on the comic this week, I was like, okay, obviously I'm in this new relationship. I'm in the throes of this love, Steven. And when you're doing it, you're going on dates. We're gonna go out. I want to do things. So just last night, Steven, this happens to me. I need to tell you this story real quick.
Oh,
Okay. So I'm thinking movie time, right? So the night before, I buy tickets to go see a movie. All right. I want to go see Strange Darling. All right. It's the indie movie. It's like, it seems really cool. It has some great performers in it. Like it looks like it looks like it's gonna be good. I'm like, I can't wait to go see it. I have not watched the trailer. I'm gonna go in completely blind. And really freaking it's gonna be exciting. I'm gonna like my crush and I are gonna go and we're gonna have a great time at the movies. So I asked my parents, watch Atlas. And they're like, okay. So they text me and they're like, ooh, we're not home and we're gonna be home late. And I was like, oh boy, no, I wish that wasn't.
These are the worst words to say to someone that's on a schedule.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, we got this. We're gonna make this work. Like, when are you gonna get here? So they're like, we're gonna get home around 9:10. And I was like, okay, our movie starts at 9:20. The movie theater is about 10 minutes away. That's perfect. We're gonna get there. We're gonna see like the trailers. Like we're gonna miss some trailers, but we're gonna see a couple. We'll be fine. We're gonna make the movie. We got this. So 9:10 comes. They're not there. And I'm like, okay, Steven. Okay, so
time
I'm like,
is getting difficult. Time is getting stretched.
I don't. For the like, if you know anything about me, you know that I like to go everywhere about 35 minutes early to check out the parking situation. Like I go to places super early to acclimate to the water of society. Like I am not a fish that you just throw into the deep end. But I'm adaptable. I'm okay. I can do this. I'm not going to go gills up or just because there's a little wrench, thrown into my works. Steven, 9:15 comes.
Oh God.
And they pull up. And we're like, screw it. Let's go. And we jump in the car and take off. Like mad dash in the car, Mario Kart style, definitely
throwing shells at people that are going too slow.
Shells. We were full on like star power running ourselves through, definitely stopping at stop signs all the way if you're with law enforcement.
Avoiding the blue shells if you catch my drift.
Yes. Dude. By the way, hang on. Steven, did you know that if you have one of those horns in Mario Kart, you can use it on a blue shell at the last second?
A horn?
Yeah. Like
really?
In Mario Kart 8. And I just learned this because I did it on like a last ditch effort. Like Atlas threw a blue shell at me. And I was like, I know I'm doomed, but I'm gonna do this anyway. And I used my horn at the last second and it cracked the blue shell.
That's awesome. Like a defensive mechanism.
Yes. I didn't know that was a thing because nothing else works, but that works.
I mean, in my opinion, like they give like player one or first place like bananas and stuff like that to like mitigate things coming up from behind them. Like you can keep a banana on your back end to block red shells and stuff like that. There should be some sort of mitigation,
something, right? And dude, it worked. And I was like mind blown. So okay, my crush is driving. I'm telling her, like, I'm navigating, like, go this way, don't care about that stop sign, is not important, go. And we're all just like, we're just like driving our way. So we make it there at like 9:26, like 9:25, and I'm like, that's it, this is perfect. We missed a couple of trailers. Let's get our popcorn, get our drinks, and head in there. Yes. So we go, there's no line, we're like, everything's working, everything's coming up Millhouse. We go, we get our popcorn, we get our drinks, we're all excited, we get our movie snacks in our bag, and we're like running up there. I get the tickets up, I'm like, yeah, we're going to see Strange Darling. And the guy's like, that's not a movie playing here, stupid. I'm like, okay.
At least the movie theater still got your money for the popcorn and soda, huh?
Yeah. So he's like, yeah, these tickets are for the other theater. And I was like, I didn't think to look at that because I always use the same app and the same everything, and I put in all my same information, and I didn't realize this is a movie that's playing one day. There's one showing a day for the next 4 days, and this is it. And it's not in this theater. We're in the wrong. So this kid's like, oh, well, you can try to go to Bell Tower or whatever. And I'm like, we're never going to make that. We're already 6 minutes late.
I'm assuming you're at Gulf Coast at that point.
Yeah, we were at Gulf Coast.
So you're at least 15-20 minute drive from Bell Tower on a good day.
On a good day. Yeah. So I knew we weren't going to make it. But dude, we were dying laughing because I was like, Steven, imagine
For
like
such an epic thing to transpire and the
five
timing to work, and for it to still just flop,
every
just still epically
the
fail.
stars aligned for us, and we were like, oh my god, we made all the lights, everything was perfect, we made it to the theater just in time, we're going to see this movie, everything is like everything's coming up now, we got this, and we're in the wrong movie theater.
Ugh.
Okay. Hilariously though, Steven, the best, I mean, okay, so we get movie theater popcorn, we get the drink. Before we went, I considered getting a refund because I was like, all right, my parents aren't gonna be able to, watch my son, and not gonna be able to watch Atlas, so I'm just gonna get a refund. We'll go another day. And they said I couldn't get my refund because it wasn't because it was within the hour. And I was like, okay, no refunds. We have to try. And that's why we were like mad dashing. We're like, I'm not gonna lose this $30, like let's go.
Which, by the way, that, in my opinion, that refund policy is to prevent, because they could have sold those seats. There's no way that indie movie had a sold out theater to
Nope.
where you holding on to your tickets cost the movie theater any sort of money. That's just bullshit.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. And they know that.
You know, 12 o'clock showing of Deadpool Wolverine on opening day, maybe I can see that policy being needed, but
but dude, so we go up there, we end up with our popcorn, our drinks, and our snacks and stuff, and I'm like, hey, can I please just have a refund and I'll, go see another, movie, and they're like, yeah, okay. And they just take my phone, they give me a refund, everything's fine. I was like, I got all my money back. So now we just went home and we watched a different movie at home with our movie snacks, and it was a great
that's and
everything.
Dude, movie theater popcorn's fantastic. It's worth
Right.
it.
Right. And when do you get movie
I
theater
I drive to go pick up movie theater popcorn.
Right? That's what I was thinking. I was like, yeah, everything worked out. Everything was fine. And it was like, we're just laughing the whole time at how goofy and ridiculous it was.
Still
like,
an adventure, still had the journey.
It was a fun date night, honestly. Like it was a good time. But Steven, what I really want to say, I just had to get that story out because what I really need to hear is your story. Because I've only seen this in text and I need to know how this transpired.
Oh man. And like the fact that no one was understanding what was going on when I was texting it, which is so funny. I just shared the text I sent to Tina, but all right. So my wife and I both work really hard, and we're probably like your 90, like we're not, super well to do. We're like a 90s sitcom middle class family, okay? We definitely are blessed with many things, but we still live roughly paycheck to paycheck, at least month to month, but one thing that we like to spend money on is bi-monthly, I guess. We have a cleaning service for our home. We get professionals in there to clean because our kids are tornadoes, and we struggle to maintain the house throughout the week just so it's straightened up, let alone actually clean. So yes, every other week we have these wonderful cleaning people come and clean up our house. And my job, as you all probably know, I do pavers for a living. So most days when I get home, especially in August, I am literally from the top of my head to my bottom of my boot covered in sweat and sand. I am literally like, I'm just disgusting, like literal, like disgusting. So on those Thursdays, when the cleaning people come in the garage, I shut my garage door and then I strip completely naked and gather up all my clothes in a bundle so I don't drop sand everywhere as I'm walking into the house. Okay. So this past Thursday, I pull up to my house. Now, sometimes there's a little like Venn diagram of time lapse between myself and the cleaning professionals. And there's a car in the driveway. I know they're still there. So I'll usually just go and Pokemon Go for a little bit or do something like that in my neighborhood because I got parks right by my house. But this I saw, I'm like, oh, because most of the time they're there by 11 and they're gone by like 12 or 1, and I'm home at 3:30. So I get there, I'm like, oh, cool. All right, close the garage. The house is gonna be so sparkling clean. I can't wait to go inside my clean house. So I'm in the garage, I'm stripping. I mean, I'm stripping down, get my jeans all the way down, wet socks pulled off my feet. I am butt ass naked. Looked like a drowned rat. My hair is soaked, but I am butt ass naked. In my hand, I have my coffee cup from that morning, so I didn't leave it in my Jeep. I have my drink, and then I have my phone, and I'm walking in. And I'm like, so excited to come into this beautiful, clean house, butt naked. And as soon as I open the door, my inside garage door, I had this before I opened it. I had this thought. I'm like, that'd be crazy. It'd be really crazy if, like, for some reason the cleaning people were just dropped off by their boss and left there to clean this house while she went and go did another house. That'd be crazy, though. There's always a car in this driveway, Steven. Don't think about that. So I opened the door, and as soon as I open my inside garage door, it's not like I'm hearing something in the distance. It's not like I have time to react. I open my garage door and lock eyes with a woman immediately, butt ass naked. And I'm going, we look at each other eye to eye, neither one of us looking down. But as I feel her eyes trail, my eyes are trailing with hers. And I just take my cup full of things and cover it. And I'm like, sorry. And I shut the door. Shut the door, because she is right there. I mean, Anthony, she was literally inches from me. Like, I have a whole house.
How many inches?
Like, why? Why was she in that hallway at that moment? If I would have opened and heard people moving around in there, would have been fine. But no, I opened the door and it's, oh sorry, and then following the eyes. So yeah. So now I'm in a garage. And I have just basically performed the naked man to some service professionals for no reason. Like, they have no idea why I'm walking into my house butt naked. There's no understanding or reasoning why a man would do such a thing after working a long day. So I do what I could do, and I put my boxers back on. I grab all of my dirty clothes, and I immediately just opened the garage door again. She was already back to the kitchen, and I'm like running to my bathroom, and I'm just like, I'm so sorry, I take a shower. I wasn't supposed to be here. And I just get in the shower, and then I just wait in the bedroom till Tina gets home, because there's absolutely no way I'm showing my face again. And I need to let everyone know, not that this part matters, but I was soaking wet. So we're talking like Costanza situation. Like, this, like, not that any of that matters, but on top of every fucking thing that happened, this, like, so my only hope from all of that, and I'm pretty sure there was no problem because we never heard from, we
never heard from them again.
Well, Tina has at least a text relationship with the owner of the company, so I didn't hear anything. I just hope she absolutely knows that there was absolutely, I was just as shocked to see her as she was to see me, and I was definitely not expecting that. Like, I was so yeah. But thankfully, Steven, because of his crack addict father and like memories and stuff, Steven has developed an amazing gate mechanism for things that happen to him. Right. And I just immediately gate locked him. Like, you know what? This is just a funny story now. This is the worst thing that could have happened to me today, but whatever. It happened. It's done.
It's very funny because, like, I had this similarly when we went and we went to the wrong movie theater trying to see a movie that we rushed to and made a big deal to go see. And like, I did the, very similarly, like, just, that was a good story. This is really fun. Like, this was a funny situation. This is, it could have been frustrating.
As long as no one was like, as long as she didn't feel like any type of way, like I wasn't, obviously. I was very startled by her presence because, like I said, and then of course, Tina gets home, they're like wrapping up, and Tina gets a text from the boss, and the boss is like, by the way,
in the garage.
I told Tina, I said, I think the only way you can actually even like possibly pull any shots off of me is if you just walk in naked. And then they're just like, this is what white people do. They just come home naked. Like, they just, these weird white, but like, I literally only do that on days where I knew the house was freshly clean, because I don't want to leave any sand anywhere. I want Tina to come home to a freshly clean house. And like, of course, the fact that I had the thought in my head, like, you don't know for sure that they're still not here. You should maybe open that. Like, my brain, I had a spider sense happening. My body was, my brain was tingling. It was sensing something inside and it was trying to warn me, but I just ignored all warnings. But yeah, so as I got in the shower, Tina got home, Tina comes in the bedroom, and literally while we're laying on the bed talking about it together, Edgy, the owner of the company, is like, by the way, I dropped my girls off so that way I can go like help them with another house. I'll be back to pick them up. I'm like, I of course quoted Adam saying like, oh, this is information that would have been great brought to my attention yesterday. But yeah, so yeah, I got completely butt naked and naked man to a professional cleaner, and I have feelings about it. I didn't mean to. I'm sorry if you're I doubt you're listening. If you are, know from the bottom of my heart that there was absolutely no intent behind that. I was completely startled and scared and terrified. But yeah, so that was my life this week.
Even I can't imagine a world in which someone's like, "Oh yeah, you know what that man wanted to do? He definitely wanted me to get an eyeful of him while he's holding his coffee cup in front
Yeah,
of
in my best state ever, by the way.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Completely covered in sand and sweat. My
No
hair,
one
my
thinks
hair
I'm
looking
gonna know
horrible.
that here. Yeah, no, that's a oh my gosh, dude, that is so
Dude,
fun.
it was so awkward. But I'm really good at like, because I mean, awkward is definitely a place where I've lived a lot of my life.
Yeah,
So like, I'm very good at just accepting because
yeah.
shit happens to me. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that happens to me. It just does.
Oh, dude, that was that's so funny. Like when you told that story via text, I was just like dying, just like how is this real life? It's so perfect.
And
But yeah,
just it's so many ways to have avoided it too. Like I tell you, like I'm saying, like I really
oh,
did have that thought in my head, like, oh, they could still be here. I'm like, absolutely not. Every time you've come home when they're
there's
still
always
here, there's an SUV in the driveway. There's no SUV.
why
You are
would that?
good.
No, I totally get that. I mean, now I feel like now what's your method going to be now? How do you in the future
My
get to
method is just gonna be let Tina come home first on Thursdays where they do that. I am just gonna go to every park and play pogo
yeah,
until she's done
you better
working.
text me because I'm not gonna naked man.
Yep.
Like Tina's gonna start just like pranking you, like, oh yeah, there's no one there, no one there for sure. You go ahead, and you're just gonna flash.
The speed in which she looked, I don't know if she saw. I was the only thing I could say is I was really good because I literally it was a clear cup, so me covering myself with a clear cup really doesn't matter.
I like to
However,
like the light was refracted so things look smaller somehow. Like I mean, like I just like
she's just telling everybody like, but
it was what a day,
I
Steven.
did fill my I filled the cup. I filled my cup with my phone and like all of my stuff. So that cup was like there was a lot of stuff like,
Okay, okay.
and dude, as soon as I saw like, dude, you have no idea. My heart dropping, like opening the door and locking eyes with a human being in that moment. Like,
I can't even imagine it. I can't even imagine it. Like, oh my God, dude, the closest I have to that, which is nothing and not even close. That's incredible. But like the closest I have is the time where like I had to pee really bad and I was hanging out with Mike and he pulled over so I could go pee like on the side, like outside of a track, like a garbage, you know, like those big like receptacle areas. And I'm peeing. Like I was not sober. I pulled my pants all the way to my ankles. My
oh
underwear,
man,
like
full butters, huh?
full butters. I butters it in the middle, right? And I'm sitting there, and as I do that, mind you, it's like 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. As I do that, I see lights as a car begins to drive slowly behind me in the back road. And I'm just
Oh.
like, my butt's out. Like, I'm just,
What am I gonna do
what am
here?
I gonna do here? So, like, I was just like, don't move. Just don't move. They're not going to see you if you don't move. They saw me. Of course they saw me. But like I had that, but like that shock of like someone seeing me right now. This is very vulnerable. I don't like, you know, like I can't even, but you made eye contact with them. And that's way different. Like,
And then just watching her eyes go down as I was like, oh no, like why is she looking there? It's like I'm obviously butt ass naked.
she's gonna look there. So, oh my God, how much do you think we should charge her for this? Like, Steven, amazing.
It was in slow-mo, you know, it was like one of those moments this is in slow motion. Like you feel every millisecond of it. And yeah, I made it to the shower though and apologized profusely as I ran to the shower and then just hid until they left.
I mean, what else are you gonna do, dude?
What else am I gonna do? I apologized as much as I could. I know there, like I said, I know they knew there was no nefariousness behind that situation. That was a man who got home from working a hard day. It was ready to take a hot shower and a clean house.
Yeah, 100%.
Just a little too ready. Just a little bit.
I wish you were a little more right. No, dude,
No.
but dude, what a crazy situation though. I'm so glad you're like willing to share that in our show though.
Well, yeah, let's get. I mean,
yeah,
I got the love of my life already. I have kids. I have my family. Like, you can't take me down a peg. You
right?
can know whatever you want about me. There's nothing I won't share.
Yes.
Like,
dude. Okay. So last quick story before we get to like the end of our show. Steven, we haven't done one of these in a while.
oof.
Every once in a while, I get a DM, I get a message from someone who just wants something from me. This time, what they wanted was a little strange, and what I wanted was a little strange too. But anyway, Steven, will you give me like a sweet Anthony Dates Robots segment song, or is
Got you.
you need something here?
Where you see zeros and ones. Da, 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 da. Anthony sees fun. Da, He's gonna talk to the robots of the world to get them to say stuff out of pocket. It's Anthony Dates Robots.
Okay,
Trademarked.
nice.
Short and sweet.
If you're joining us for the first time every once in a while, we get DMs on social media, and often they're not from people we want to ever be speaking with or interacting with whatsoever at all. This one just jumped right into my DMs, and I wasn't sure what to expect with the name like Sexy Lydia.
Sexy Lydia. That's
I was
strong.
like, ooh, what's Sexy Lydia gonna want from me? I'm sure this is a very legitimate person who just wants to be a real friend, because it's definitely a human person and not a scammer person. So they jumped into my DMs, and I was like, okay, you know what? Let's see where this goes. So I have a conversation with them. Steven, would you mind playing Sexy Lydia?
Sexy Lydia says, "Hey,
Hey,
hello, Anthony. Happy Labor Day."
I've been trying to have a baby all day, but it keeps not happening. The labor fairy is going to be so mad at me.
Can we talk on Telegram?
I prefer to talk here. I'm working really hard to make this baby happen. I don't have time to download a new app. What do you know about growing a homunculus?
I know very well about it. Guess why? Because I have one that I am taking care of. Anthony, you could trust me. I don't want to lose contact with you, Anthony. So I think we should talk on a more active one. And I am quite sure you will be happy with me.
You're taking care of one? What do you feed it? Wait, how did you make it?
You feed it baby milk or maybe breast milk. My sister has one and she had to keep him with me because she was traveling with her husband.
Did your sister buy it or make it? Did she use store-bought eggs?
Are you talking about what she feeds it?
No, how is the homunculus made? Did she use her own DNA?
Yeah, it's hers, but I'm one taking care of it.
That's so sweet of you. Can I borrow it though?
Where are you from? Let's talk on Telegram before making decisions, and let's get to know each other, One.
Time is of the essence, Lydia. I need a baby.
Okay.
And/or a homunculus.
Let's get to know each other. We could make a baby. I need someone's love.
Make one together?
Yeah, Anthony.
Do you know how it works? I've watched some YouTube videos, but I'm not sure. Do I need to bring my own egg? And then she doesn't say anything to me for a while. So I wrote, did you abandon me? I need a homunculus to give this labor fairy before sunset.
If you're interested, you let me know. You are taking a lot of my time, Anthony.
I'm very interested. Tell me how to make a homunculus. I need to know as soon as possible. Alternatively, can I have your sister's baby?
Why are you in a need of it this urgently? You can't just have it like that, Anthony. It's someone's baby.
Yeah, and it could be mine, Sexy Lydia. Wait, can you ask her how she made it so we can make one?
Anthony, if you really need this, we could talk about it. I know how she did.
How did she do it?
It's a long process. Well, it depends. Sometimes it's 5 seconds, but it's a long process. You could just have this one that's with me with just $120. So wait, she tried to sell that baby for $120?
For $120. So I say, that's all? Wait, I thought you could make one with an egg. How much do eggs cost now?
Yeah, it's cost, and it's someone's egg, and she made it with someone.
Do you have the instructions for making one? What do I need to do?
There's no instructions required, This things have its process, which takes time, after which they get it on sales about dollars like 500. And 120 is for my sister's own plus delivery to your place, definitely. That's quite a sentence.
It is quite a sentence.
It's a nice one, Anthony.
How many mouths does her homunculus have?
A carge mouth. Large.
Just one? Ugh, never mind. Anyway, the sun is setting, so it's too late. I'll try to make a baby to donate next year.
Gonna sell a baby for $120.
To sell a baby. First of all, she was just like, yeah.
Or her body, and either way,
either way, but I love how giving she was with her sister's magical homunculus. Like, what the heck just happened? Here I am like, yeah, I'm gonna throw homunculus at you, and you're gonna be like, what are you talking about, weirdo? Not the case. She was like, I see that, and I raise you I have one, and I am raising a homunculus.
Whatever I need to say to get $120 to $500 from you. This specific range.
This specific range. I love how she's like, these homunculus normally cost 500. I'll give you my sisters for 120. I'm like, I don't think you can do that. I don't think you're allowed to just get
Oh,
sell
you
your
can
sisters
legally.
babies.
I don't think you can legally sell me that for
And also,
120.
I feel like you're judging its mouth a little bit. Once like, oh yeah, that's a large.
Carge mouth, bro. It was a carge mouth.
She was very specific about this homunculus, and I'm just like, is she talking about a real baby? I need to know. I should have asked for pictures. If she messages me back, I'm gonna ask to see pictures of this homunculus and see what she sends. But anyway, dude. So that's all like the weird stuff that happened to us this week. What are we gonna do this week? What are you gonna work
So
on?
obviously you and Crush and Tina, myself, and my children, and even my sister, she's driving up too.
Oh,
We're all gonna go see Coheed tomorrow in
can't freaking
Tampa.
wait, dude! I
Mhm.
am so excited, and like my crush has never seen Coheed and
Uh,
loves them.
it's unfortunate that it's not like a headlining Coheed show because I think they're only playing like 9 or 10 songs, but
They're gonna
Coheed still livens up
they're gonna
anywhere they play.
15 songs. That's what they're gonna play, and that's what I'm assuming. I'm guessing 15. 15, Steven. So let's make it happen with me. We're gonna manifest at least 15
15.
songs from Coheed.
We're gonna manifest that Incubus is having trouble getting started, so they let Coheed play for like 30 more minutes.
30 more minutes.
And Coheed just plays like the deepest cuts. They're like, we're gonna play Elf Tower and Time Consumer and
Man, God, I wish. But dude, I can't wait. I can't wait. We're going freaking to like. Actually, if you're watching this, we've already seen Coheed, and you probably heard us, like, saw us on Twitter or whatever talking about it because like I'm so excited. We're so excited. But dude, aside from that, I'm going to try to get as much coloring done as I can. I'm gonna aim for 2 pages. I needed to like get in. I need to get my system going, because like I started now, and I'm getting used to it again, and it's like it's a process. It's like anything else. It's like, you get the momentum going, and once it's like the object in motion stays in motion. Like I'm gonna once I'm getting it, I feel better, and that's kind of where I am now. Like I'm starting to make some like real progress with it, and it's starting to feel more natural to the point where like I can just pick it up and start doing it, and then set it down, and pick it up and start doing it and set it down. I don't feel like I need to put time aside anymore. I can just do it now.
absolutely.
So yeah, that's always good. So that's where I am. I'm going to try to get at least 2 pages colored. I have the next 3 days, but there is obviously a Coheed show. So maybe I'll do some in the car. Maybe I'll do some like, the morning and stuff.
I was considering bringing my iPad up because we're staying the night and
nice.
then driving back Wednesday. So I'll see though. It all depends on what we end up doing that night. So
for sure, dude. But yeah, so we have that. Did you say what comic stuff you're gonna do?
I'm just gonna. I have 2 roughs I can work on this week, which is great. And then yes, I'll at least try to get 1 whole page in this week. But I might have a busy weekend again where I just nail out a bunch. So
yeah,
we'll see.
dude. Yeah, you've been killing it. So that's amazing. But yeah, I'm gonna get 2 pages. You're gonna try to get those pages done. We're making a lot of progress, and in addition to that, I'm definitely going to get at least a few rewards written down for the Kickstarter because we're going to be like launching the pre-launch or is it just pre-launch? What do you call that?
Pre-launch, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to be like releasing the pre-launch soon so people can like sign up. Yeah, and check that out. But anyway, let us know what you've been working on. Let us know like, what you think of our show and what you think is Steven's amazing sexy
unfortunate.
Story. So I'm not Steven, that was such a fun so I get it. I get it. It's terrible. It is. It sucks, but it's also like, dude, that was like the funniest thing I've ever heard in my life. I'm so glad like but yeah, no, I totally get it. That's crazy. Do you think she's gonna come back? Do you think that same person's gonna come back to clean, or do you think they're to send someone else to see?
I don't know. I mean, probably. I'll just not do what happened this past week.
I hope that next week the same woman is standing at the same door at the same time, just waiting and hoping. I just like
not this time, sucker.
Yeah, this time she naked man's you, and you're just like, it doesn't work this way.
She's like, you're gonna get sand everywhere. I'm like, yeah, sand's gonna go everywhere. I'm not doing this again.
Not doing this again. But yeah, thank you all for listening. Thank you for watching. If you're only listening on one of the various podcasting apps, thank you. And also make sure you head over to youtube.com/wehaveissues and subscribe. All of our links are down below, so you can check out our all of the books that we've released so far. And just thank you for being a part of this. And make sure you tell your friends, because I know our views have been slipping, Steven, which is honestly fine, because we've been doing great. And I think that's something that like we talked about kind of recently, where I was like, I think I mean, especially me, I was putting way too much pressure on the podcast doing well and not enough pressure on like just us like just finishing the stuff, you know? So I'm like, I have to remember that like the main the priority is really the books, and the priority is our friendship, and the priority is like our lives and our relationships. And like the podcast is something that we do to just keep accountable, you know, with those things. So I don't know. I'm trying to not. I'm trying to be a little bit better and like give myself a little bit of like just grace when it comes to like the views and like whether or not people are like, you know, watching every single episode or every single second or whatever. I'm not looking at the analytics as much, but it does stink sometimes. But if people made it this far, just know that like we're thankful.
We love you and we appreciate you so much.
We do. That's all there is to it. Like, thank you. If you're here right now, thank you. And we really like let us know below like what you think of like the various segments that we've done, or like if you want to see more, you know, different segments in the future, let us know. Let us know what kind of stuff you, and if you have any questions or comments or anything, let us know in the comments, and we'll talk to you down there. We're usually pretty active. But otherwise, Steve, you want to say anything to the people before we go?
Thank you so much for tuning in every week, supporting our comics, and just being awesome friends and lovely people. I appreciate all you so much.
That's right. Thank you so much. I'm Anthony.
I'm Stevie Wildcard.
This has been We Have Issues. See you next week.
Boom!
You need a coffee.
Boom!
Yeah. I'm sorry. Boom, 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 boom.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Boom, boom, boom. All right, dude. I'm gonna.
All right, dude. I love you. All right. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Love you, dude. Bye.